What's up? Greetings, greetings, greetings. It is me, Arian, and my brother here.
Hello, Jeff. Y'all know me.
Yeah, so we're just glad to be sharing this experience with one another and, of course, sharing that with you. So we're having some very blessed experiences right now, and we'd like to cover, maybe some Q&A, some things that might, a little perspective on some of the things that are currently taking place, what to look for, what to work towards, how to reflect, how to react or not react. I'm just covering some basic things. We're just going to let Source bring through what wants to come through. We're going to touch base on Facebook and see what any of you guys, if you left any questions for us. And, and because that's the biggest thing. We want, full participation on every level. We want to see everybody involved in this. And so as us being the pioneers taking these first steps, we want to bring this through to you, what our experience is, what we view it, and how we're, moving through it, paving the way for everyone. And just as you will, those of you first watching this, applying, adapting, and all that accordingly. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for loving yourself and being here at this special moment.
Beautiful moment. So, Shantanu, video must begin with Om Namah Shivaya. Well, we put it in there for you, so hope that fits. Okay, so I want to get a little bit started on what led me here. The basic questions I've been carrying with me for quite some time. And I think the first is, what is happening? What is happening to the planet right now? What is this huge awakening that we're all seeing that's all just organically growing? So give us some insight, brother.
Awesome. That's a perfect question to really start. What is happening? Well, it's the ascension process. It's been, it's a leap in consciousness. It's not even a step, but a huge leap, meaning we have many resources now to allow us to progress further than we've thought of. When I always say the ascension process, because it is a process, it is not an event, it is not a one-time thing, it is personal and it is individual for all forms of consciousness. Doesn't matter what level you're at, what frequency you're at. Each is going through it in a individual aspect to some form, but also through the unified field. There's bigger bodies of consciousness going through its individual form, even though it's a collective. So that is what is taking place right now. 2012 was when it first started. That was when everything moved in. There's so many expectations of what ascension is or is not, or what was going to take place, that we missed what was actually happening. And that was the subtle fields of energy were changing. We were releasing things that no longer served us. We were making way for newer light spectrums. Those that were following any kind of spiritual path, working with energy, are the ones that were tuning in and experiencing this, and everyone else was, well, it was a falsity. Nothing happened. Ascensions, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's nothing. Well, it was happening and it has been happening. It is just moving in its, level of progression, the natural speed. And so now we've reached culmination points where it's so accelerated that it's very experienceable for everybody. So what is taking place is the ascension process. It is happening all over. And what does that entail? It's far too much to try to even capture within words or concepts. It's a progression into a higher state of being, moving into the realities that we all say we know is possible and all think about on a regular basis within our hearts when we look at reality. So to summarize it, that's to say that that's what is happening. Big change, evolution. At its purest sense. Take away the ascension process, evolution. Evolution is moving at a progression and it's spiraling. It's not circling, perpetual motion, or it's always spiraling. And that's where we're now making the choice to align to that so that we can grow and we can create new realities, new levels of experience, one that truly honors and supports the divine human.
Good answer, brother. I love it. Next question would be, what can we individually do to help accomplish this ascension process? How can we help the collective?
That another beautiful question. What is the best way? First and foremost is to help yourself. You can't change the world because still an individual process. So first and foremost, we change ourselves. That's what Gandhi's message was: be the change you wish to see in the world. Well, of course, once you are whatever you are living, being, knowing, and experiencing, then you see the outer world is a reflection of that. And that's what will take place all around you. So the best thing that any of us can do is work on our own process. And that's not selfish. We are only responsible, first and foremost, for our own frequency, for our own energy, for our own vibration. And it's how, once we have that in a balance, in a centeredness, then we connect with the greater group. And then we work towards that. But first and foremost, we have to work on us, because we can't do anything for anyone else, nor can they do it for us. So we first and foremost apply ourselves, choice. I should even put that in first. The choice. You must make the choice. Is this what you want to do or not want to do? Okay. There's always the option. That's the beauty. We have the choice. Make the choice if that's what you want to do. Now you apply yourself. How does that happen? Many, 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 many ways. You'll find the most appropriate way. Many of us will be giving our own personal views and perspectives and, some of the scenarios that we're going through, so that'll at least give you some perspective, something to reflect upon. So in this, it's involvement, participation, action. That's what everybody can do. What level? How much are you willing to go? How soon do you want a new reality? What do you want to create? It's on our hands. It's not on anybody else's. We're not waiting for any system to do it right now. We're making it first and foremost happen within us, holding the vision, holding the idea, and then manifesting it through our actions. Personal actions, which then lead to the collective action, because you'll see the personal will be also working towards the collective, because what we do for the highest and best for ourselves is for the highest and best for all. So, short and simple, help yourself, be the highest frequency that you can be, and adhere to your own process, and the rest unfolds.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so now we've gotten the basics out of the way. What's going on? How can we contribute? I guess the next question that I have for you is, what are some different steps to that we can do right now to see that this new grid is online and it's accessible? And how do we experience all these new sensations freely without the cap on our head of thought?
Yeah, that's good. No, that's good. That's the only thing that stood between our own progression, since all this, through any manifestation, and that's experience. Experience changes everything. Once you have an experience, you know what I mean? So right now, there's many different techniques, many different formulas, whatever you want.
What are some basics that people can just go do right now?
All right, first and foremost, release everything you know or you believe to know, that you think you know, or that you know. Let go of it all. Be innocent as a child. You've seen children all the time walk up to anything and just start playing, just start experiencing it with no set way. You'll see them, they'll put it in their mouth, they'll put it over here, they'll sit on it, they might even try to put it in their ears. Experimenting, that's it right there. This is a new world right now. So what anyone may have even told you a week ago, even myself, has changed. That's how reality is changing. So right now, in this now moment, 5:17 at 1:22, what is the best thing to do? Experiment and explore with no expectations, none at all. Be completely free and open to what can take place. Try everything new, because it is a completely brand new moment.
Okay, another question just popped into mind is, how do we get past our thought barriers? I see a lot of people stuck in the they instead of in the me and the I am presence. What is a good technique that we might be able to use to get past that?
Well, that I wouldn't want to quantify it with one particular way, form, but there are many. First is the adherence to acknowledgement of it. That I wish to move beyond my own self-limitations. If you don't first recognize it, you can't work to a different solution or a different, ending place. So once the recognition is first there, it's work. Releasing. It's as simple as saying, well, what, maybe I've been conditioned for 10 years or 20 years. Well, if it takes, daily, this is what a decree or affirmation is. I, so and so, release on all levels of mind, body, spirit, past, present, future, alternate, parallel. I release all contracts, all agreements, all debts, all karma that I hold with any form of limitations, any belief systems, any patterns, any judgment. All these, first and foremost, is the most easiest initial way, because what is there is a template, a form, a system, a structure. So you need to erase that structure, which is your acceptance, which is a contract or an agreement. You agreed to allow it in your consciousness, and that's why it exists there. So you are first reprogram. You are a active running level of intelligence that responds to codes. So you change the codes you're sending. Once you change the codes, you're opening yourself back up. And that's the first and foremost, easiest thing, is the simple saying, I release myself. And by saying these words without even the codes, you're giving yourself a new program. As before, you're saying, I am these lack, I am these thoughts. You're owning it. If you own it, then you're going to experience it. That's the power of it. So let go of it, first of all, what you think or know it is, and then say, I release it. And does it go away? Well, it depends. Are you a vibrational match to the outcome for it to completely go away? If you are not a vibrational match to the outcome you desire, then you are not ready to advance yet. And that's okay. That's why we call this a process. Everybody's is different, and you will find this. Ask around, what are you going through? No, it's the process, but it's as simple as first the words. I release myself from these, and that's huge. Once you do that, you'll find so many things really being paved for you at that moment. So that's the first initial one, is intention, and then there's other prayers, things like that, that'll definitely help, and then each time you raise your frequency, whatever it is. Maybe you do it through a level of service. You're out there helping others, and so your frequency's raising because you're loving more, you're giving more, and you're like, so you're changing your vibration. Maybe you're meditating, and that's a huge benefit. Bringing in your light right there. You're surrendering to the source and just bringing it in. You're raising your frequency. You raise your frequency, you're able to manage your thoughts. You're more in balance. When you're disconnected from your higher self source and your vertical connection's not operating, your chakras aren't operating, you're not in your heart space, you're going through the egoic function, which is lower mental constructs, conditioning, belief systems, all that. So work on your energy, whatever way best suitable, and simply release that which you want. Don't go to each individual situation. You don't have to say, well, you're not focusing on me. This is my situation. You're not hearing me. No, I'm hearing you. It applies to everything. It's the same technique to it all. It doesn't matter what the situation is. You release yourself from it, because it's all energy. There's always new situations. If you want to stay engaged and tune into it, that's your experience. Enjoy the experience until you're ready to move beyond it. Once you are, release it, which is letting it go. And that's why we say we exist in the eternal now moment. What happened 5 minutes ago is gone. It's done. What happens now? Oh, okay. I just have to release it. It was energy. Try it. Feel it.
Try it. I want everybody to catch the simplicity of what it is that you're trying to get across, because it really isn't that difficult. We only make it that difficult. So that's why I asked you that question, because it's really a simple process once you allow it. But, so from there, okay, so we've got the basics down. What's going on? How can we help? And getting past the they. 3 very important aspects of what we're all experiencing right now. I know I've been caught in all 3 myself, so those are very important for me to ask you, because your perception matters. Next question I'll have is something that I don't think a lot of people are aware of, is the fact that there are so many different beings helping us through this progressive ascension. Can you go through many of the different beings and how we can possibly, well, it's obvious, but can we explain to them how to contact these beings?
Sure. Let's, touch base. There are many levels of expression, many dimensions, many frequencies, and many forms. And just like we are all here co-creating at some level, that's what is happening on the subtle fields of energy, The birds play their part, the bees play their part. The rocks are sitting there playing their part. We're all playing a part actively, whether we're consciously aware of it or not. Well, us being the intelligence that we are, we take that and apply it accordingly to our level of vibration. Well, let's speak to everything else that it's intelligence. So first and foremost, it's there for co-creation. Same thing as the trees and birds and everything around us here. If we ask them and speak to them and co-create, literally with intention, you will see a huge difference. So we've got many different levels of expressions. You've heard of angels, you've heard of spirit guides, you've heard of ascended masters, you've heard of fairies, you've heard of dragons, you've heard of many different celestial beings and all these different things. Well, they're all there. They're all real. It's all, it's words until you experience it, but until you know it, which meaning, just like me and you would hang out on the street, you wouldn't deny me if I were sitting in front of you. You would know me. You would know that to be true. You would see me. You would feel me. You would experience me. Well, right now we have to reach a little bit, but in the heart, this is going to be the focus. If we stay in the heart, that's where we know. There is no more guessing. There is no more putting faith. It's true presence of knowing, and that's where you go. I know you're there because I'm in my heart space, and now you open the communications. You begin the interaction. You say, all right, how will they communicate or interact with you? Well, that's going to vary. It depends on how you will receive it, what you'll react, how you'll relate to the level of information or the level of communication that's coming in. So when this happens, be open to it, know that it's possible, and experiment. Say, I ask my higher self, show me a way, give me a feeling or a sensation that I can interact with you. I'm ready to interact. I now fully know that we are here together because I'm in my heart space. And then feel the changes happening. Feel it, feel yourself establishing whatever way works best to make the communication. If you, I don't want to, tell you which or beings are which are not, because each of us have a certain resonance to each different expression or being, you know what I mean? And we'll have those of us who are aiding us and assisting us that are specific to our soul purpose here on earth, whether it is to be in service or whether it is just to experience and explore and expand, and support, the ascension even from presence, for following your own process. So, that's what's out there. And if you want to connect to these, it's as simple as creating the space. You call somebody up, you want to go to the mall, you create this space. You said, well, we're going to go here at whatever time. You said it, and you initiated it, and you executed it. Same thing. Oh, if you're my spirit guide, I ask you to meet me here in this space, in this room, and I ask you to meet me now. Come to me in a way that I can feel you and experience you. So I know you're there. Feel the sensations. Maybe it'll feel like you're talking to you and it'll be weird. But if you've asked, know that that's coming through, and they're giving you ways to realize they've been there all along. You just didn't know perhaps that was them and that they were there. They truly are. You have goosebumps before. You maybe had, that intuition, like yeah.
We probably all have had it a little bit.
Everybody's had it. It's there. Now we just want to go back through that and say, I just didn't know to focus on that or to expand on that. That was the foundation. They were doing it. It's just like, and we're like, maybe I'm just losing it. I shouldn't, whatever. I'll stop and go back and say, what is it now? So let's just say, that's a good summary, my view on different dimensional beings,
Thank you, sir.
Well, yeah.
Appreciate it. Okay, we have a question from Alberlado Dumont. Tell me what you think about the spiritual unions taking place.
This is a good one. This is one that continues to, come up. And I'm going to assume when he says spiritual unions, relationships perhaps, and some of that, because I know that's a big talk about, and that's a big subject right now. Twin flames, divine union, twin rays, many different subjects on it. And on saying that, first and foremost, though it's about energy, it's about an energetic bonding. It's not so much about the relationship or the romantic it's a relationship, not so much the romantic part. That it's about a huge energy bonding, a complete energy bonding with another being. Those who have a specific purpose are the ones that are finding themselves, and these are the ones that are out in the limelight. Is that your purpose? It's not there. And a lot of these, are focused, or perhaps going at it from a direction or a perspective that's not capturing the full potential. First, the attraction's there, that's, the resonance is there, but what's truly there is when you bond at the deepest soul level and the energetic level in the etheric field. What takes place is beyond words, and when that takes place, it allows more energy to be facilitated, and that's to help us create a glorious new earth. And that's what some of these things are. So if they're, if I were to say what are the potentials or whatnot, we're all divine humans right now. The spiritual union that's possible is between any two souls out there. You can create the same thing. A twin soul, it just offers potential for this given reality. It's what can be accomplished energetically can also be brought through a divine union in a relationship here to establish what two souls may have already, or of the same soul, have established throughout the course of evolution. They're bringing that through now for a specific purpose, and we don't need to compare to it or anything. We just, need to know in its essence what it actually is doing or serving. There's great potential there, but as far as that spiritual union, it's there between any souls. If you got a heartbeat, two males, two females, whatever, you and another interdimensional being, that's the divine union. That's the spiritual union that's there. Reconnecting with source, connecting with source. You know what I mean? Some of the other things, have just been brought in and taken to a level, because we didn't know. And now, we're getting the clarity on it so that we can bring in what is or is not of this. So I hope that maybe touched on a little bit of that subject. This can really go in far, and I'm not sure that, without the question being more specific, that was exactly it. So I'm just going on what my heart told me to reply on. So if not, let us expand on that through chit chat and whatnot. But there's a basis and a brief overview.
Cool. Very good. Thank you, sir. Wayne Yanni, we love you so much, dear brother.
Wayne,
we hope you are so good. We love you. Lovely, good question. Okay, so Wayne asked, how do we let go of doubts regarding the mission that we agreed to? Very good.
Perfect. One of the greatest, best ways is daily, multiple times a daily, I surrender to my divine self. I surrender to God. I surrender my heart, mind, body, soul to God, Creator, Source. I surrender my heart, mind, body, soul to the greater divine mission. First of all, you're surrendering and saying that's what you are asking to be a vibrational match for the outcome that you wish to learn and know of. If you're having doubt and fear, you're a vibrational match to that, what you're getting, that reaction. So changing that, you're asking for it first and foremost, and you're surrendering yourself. When you surrender, you're naturally going to release whatever is keeping you from attaining that. So that's another one. Or intention. I, Wayne Yanni, of sound body, mind, and spirit, release on all levels, in all directions of time and space, past, present, future, alternate, and parallel. I, beloved Wayne Yanni, release all agreements, contracts, vows, and karma that I hold with any doubt or unknowingness of my divine mission. Well, there you go. First of all, you're reprogramming what you already believed with a new what you wish to achieve. You're saying, what is it? And you're releasing any agreements or contracts that you've created in your own mental construct, your own facility, to hold in whatever system or belief structure that you have there, keeping you from jumping into it. Another way, beloved guides, teachers, angels, all those who are assisting, I ask to bring through the lessons necessary for me to step into my soul purpose or my divine mission, so that I can serve myself and the greater collective. Ask for it. Ask that be provided. That's another good one. huge, you know. So there's the number one thing, because biggest thing of the ascension process that we'll learn uh, uh, is simple releasing. You know, karma is just unresolved energy. It's just like a knot, and so it's not fluid anymore. It doesn't flow with your system. So what does that mean? You simply undo the knot and allow it to flow freely. What is it? How do you undo it? Intention, awareness, releasing of it. Well, you're holding it in place because you're saying, I have something there, or whatever, you know. So whether it's at an unconscious level or the conscious level, there's something that is keeping it in place. So you release it by telling it new things. And that's what decrees and affirmations, prayers are. You're aligning yourself to the vibration you wish to vibrate at. And now whatever is standing in the way is then removed, as long as you're truly a vibrational match to the outcome you're working towards. So that is my message. That's my response to that.
Awesome.
Wayne.
Very good, very good. We love you, brother. Next question is from Eric Wallander. We love you as well. We hope you are in a good space. The question is, how does one let go of tenacious emotions that feel negative, the things that spark anger and or grief?
Ah, beautiful, beautiful. Again, Eric, you're watching. The last thing I just touched on, even with Wayne and another, is these are, first of all, let's say, you know, some of the process to alleviate it. Let's first of all change your perspective and how we view it. Why are you having these thoughts? Why are you having these reactions? Why are they coming into your field? Well, first and foremost, nothing comes into our field if it's not there to serve a purpose, to provide a lesson, to provide a opportunity. So first of all, don't say it's anything outside of us against us. Why did it come into my reality? Where's the opportunity? What's the potential? Okay, so first of all, we don't say it's anything outside of us. It's all being generated from inside of us. Perfect. You know, whether we're consciously aware of it or not, it's there to move through into self-mastery, so you can work to your vibration. And then I jump right back in. Awareness, releasing yourself. It's a system, it's a conditioning, it's a structure. If you get into the science part of how the brain and the synapses and the neural network form a belief and how they lock you in into that structure, that's what happens. So how do you break it? You change the program. We're massive mega computers, hyperdimensional processors. So we just change the program. We say, okay, whatever's coming into me, ask for the lessons that to come through clear so you can progress through it. Say, you know, I release myself from anger, emotional imbalance. You know, I release all the agreements, contracts, whatever them are, you know. Go into that specifics, exact same questions you asked me or asked us. I release these questions, or I release these emotions, these reactions now. And feel the energy move when you have this. We're going to provide some releases, like some different wordings that will help you really remove a lot of this, and just some examples, and then you can fill in the blanks with whatever you want to release yourself from. It's as simple as that. You are your own creator. You are your own savior. You are your own God self. So I just want to tell you how to basically step back in, you know, and that will be it. Just, you acknowledged it. Beautiful. That's the first thing. If you don't acknowledge it, you can't move beyond it. Now you know it's there. Now you know what you want to move through. Now you release yourself from it. And then each time you release and you feel these energies be released, you have to now apply. You have to adapt to the new reality that you've created. You've now upped your frequency. And if you jump right back in that same thought process, then you're not going to progress. So this is where action and participation is paramount. You cannot overlook it. You cannot deny it if you want to progress. So make the release, which is intention, application and execution, and then continued support, saying, I now support the new decision. And that means you have to make a change in your life to honor the new construct that you're delivering it. You know, before, your life supported your decision. Now if you change that, life has to change as well. So how's that?
Very beautiful, very beautiful. Okay, last question for today is, I see a lot of light brothers and sisters going through some really hard times right now. What would you say to the ones that are struggling the hardest to make it through this ascension process, that are being really hard on themselves for maybe mistakes they made in the past or are still currently making lessons, not mistakes, lessons that they're still going through. What would you say to the ones that are having the hardest time right now?
Ah. Number one thing that even no matter if you're at the highest vibration you are, forgiveness. Forgiveness of yourself and love for yourself. Love yourself and know that each of us have created scenarios and realities to help us progress, to help us to move into whatever it needs to allow us to remember our truest nature. So if you're, whatever you're experiencing, stop everything, let go of whatever is ailing you or whatever you're experiencing, and just get back to you and your love, you and all that is. I love me. Go to the mirror, look right in. I love you, I love you, I love you, and say it as many times till you truly own that, know that. Don't just think about it. You know what I mean? You're owning these other experiences, these emotions, these reactions that you don't like. Well, own the ones you like. What do you want? Well, first of all, let's love ourselves. Let's move into a higher frequency, and then forgive yourselves. If you're having, we're our worst critics at times, so what are we going to do? Forgive ourselves. Can it be that easy? It is. You change the program. You're a hyper program running. So what do? You change the program, deliver it a new message. What is that? I forgive myself. I trust that I am exactly where I need to be. I know that everything that is in my path is what is necessary for me to progress forward so that I may serve myself in the greater collective. Find some wording that works best for you. We'll provide some, it's simple application. And you want to know the best, absolute best one? Ho'oponopono. Simple mantra, decree, affirmation. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Those 4 simple terms. And what do you say it over and over again? Higher self, beautiful human self, I say to you now, please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. I promise if you spend an hour with that daily, a half hour with that daily, and I'm not gonna take it any lower because you really got to be committed and devoted. You will notice, you will be relieved from how you are holding yourself because you're changing how you view yourself and how you view the situation or the event that is causing you the reaction and how you are experiencing it. So you must change your program. You must change what you are giving yourself to relate to. We only adhere to what is placed before us. So place before what you wish. Love yourself, forgive yourself first and foremost, and then you'll see, whoa, it'll come through like a light bulb goes over the head. You're going to have this epiphany. There it is. You're like, why didn't I think about it? Well, because you didn't stop to think about and know that you could change the situation without changing the external. You change the way you react because it's an experience. It serves a purpose. So how's that?
All right, we're on it. We're going to have plenty more to come, so this is just the beginning. We still have quite a few days together, so keep the questions coming. I will continue to post on the page. A special thanks to Jessica for hooking us up, and Kim, I love you.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm grateful to share all this beautiful information through taking these first steps. I'm so honored to be in this position and to see everybody opening up to themselves and accepting your divinity. It's the purest and truest thing we could ever do. So thank you all for incarnating at such a special time. And thank you for being exactly who you are exactly now, with no judgment, no looking at right, wrong, this or that, just pure presence in your being. Thank you.
Thank you.
You are here existing, and you allowed me the opportunity to experience in a greater way. You allowed new potentials just by you incarnating here and brought your energy. So trust that, know that, love yourself, and stay in the heart center up
Should
here.
we take a second from the heart?
Yeah. we want to really bring through the vibration of the heart and how this will change the entire fabric of your reality, how you experience reality. So just we're going to ask to take a moment here and let's focus here on the heart space. When you do it, like when you breathe in, feel everything come up into the heart. Basically move your whole body into your heart. Move your whole awareness, your whole sense of being in there. And feel your thoughts, your energies will really balance out. So let's go ahead and take a moment and do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm.
Nice, brother.
We could sit here all day. You're in the presence of pure being when you move into that heart space, and know that, trust that. When you have doubt of anything or you want to further inquire about anything, tune into that space. That's it. That's where all knowledge exists. That's where all of creation exists, through the heart of the divine, to the heart of God, to the heart of Source, to the heart of us. It's all there. And know that if something maybe comes, it's not necessary for you to know to where you're at. And that's one of our biggest lessons also. Let go of the mind. Move into the heart. Don't complicate it. Simplify it. Be the love that you are.
Love you all. Join us next time. Have a great day.
Peace, blessings. Adonai.